Phil Curran, Chairman of the Resource Management Committee. And at this time, I'd like you to rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mr. Sear,
Here.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mr. Fanton,
Here.
Mrs. Hanchett,
Here.
Mrs. Ricketts Swales,
Here.
and Mr. Stockin. 6 present.
Okay. I'll move, need an approval of the minutes of March 18th.
Fanton will move.
Fanton moves. Second.
Second, Hanchett.
Second by Hanchett. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Okay. Mr. Brack is not here today. And so we go right straight to Scott Torrey.
You have my report in there. Just a couple highlights. The state was very generous to us in the budget. Most all of our program areas increased by a substantial amount. We're gonna get projects going this summer, and we've got I think 8 grants to write between now and May 16th. So we're busy on that.
Good. What do you think the percentage overall is of increases on all these?
It varies. Most of them are a couple $1 million, which they were in the $12-13 million range to begin with. The Climate Resiliency Fund, that was at $4 million and went to 12, or had a $12 million increase. So that was a substantial increase.
My question on this is, where's the money coming from? You know, you gotta wonder.
Your pocket and my pocket.
Yeah, I mean, we know where it's coming from, but
Yep.
how it's getting divided, I don't know. But anyway, let's spend it wisely.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scott, just being new, I have just some questions
Sure.
on that. So the climate resilient farming grant, what is that used for, just to clear it in my mind? I mean, I'm sure it may be obvious, but,
So there's different aspects to it. There's one where it's focused on reducing methane gas coming out of like manure storages. So they cover them,
Okay.
burn the methane gas off. There's another aspect to it that's increasing soil health, which makes water infiltrate more during storms. So we have less erosion into our stream systems, less sediment, less silt. That's the main things.
okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Torrey? Go ahead.
Yeah, Scott, 3-4 years ago, I talked to you about the mass of buildup in the river by the bridge here coming
Yep.
in. And eventually we got that cleaned up, but now it's back.
I see that today when I drove by.
It's actually even worse than it was 3-4 years ago.
Yes, it is.
So I was just wondering what the plan is.
If we can find some money, we can get someone in there to do it. It's just coming up with the funding to do it.
Well, you're talking about all this extra money. I thought maybe you can find a little bit to clean that up.
We'll try.
All right,
Can't
thank
make
you.
a promise, but we'll try.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else for Mr. Torrey? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Brian isn't here as well. Nothing submitted. So Laura, you're on deck.
Hi there. Yeah, Brian said he's at some Stop DWI event down in Whitesville, something like that.
Good, okay.
He missed our board meeting last night too, so, 2 strikes, sort of thing. So just a couple highlights. We have a new horticulture educator that started last week. His name is Christian Acosta. He has a really neat background. He's from Columbia, and he has studied everything from orchids to corn. So we're looking forward to seeing what direction he takes the horticulture and part of the farm to school and master gardener, volunteer, the whole thing. And Deb was able to be at the interviews as well, so it's going to be, she can attest for his knowledge and ability to connect with audiences and things like that. So as you see on the report, we had the national, or the Ag in the Classroom, Ag Literacy Week in March. So we did reach every single school this year. In the past few years with the pandemic and everything, we struggled to get into all of the schools. So what I was thinking, I know that every year I mention to you guys about the Ag Literacy Week, but now I'm planning ahead. So next year, maybe we could get everybody to read at a school in their district. You don't have to do a lot. I mean, you'd have somebody else there with you. So there's always like a little activity that goes along with it. So you wouldn't have to be, doing all these things alone. Just think about it. I think it would be a great PR kind of thing.
Is that the entire board?
You can pick straws if you wanted to.
Well, the
But I-
answer is of course, right, guys?
Yeah?
Absolutely. Sign us up.
Excellent. Okay, I will do that. Other than that, it's been a slow programmatic month. Lots of neat ag programs coming up. So if you have any questions about anything, I'd be,
I do.
yeah.
I was looking at your staff development, and I was looking at negotiating land leases. Do you want to elaborate on that and how that's going? And, because we have a lot of different things coming in. Is it for towns and villages, farmers, or?
Is this under Lynn's section?
Oh, probably.
Under livestock.
Under livestock, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All the
so
way at the bottom.
I don't want to say I have no idea, but I
Okay.
have very little idea.
Okay, sorry about that.
But if there's something that you think that communities would be interested in, just holler. I know that when we facilitated a solar program with Push Buffalo last
yeah.
summer, I got in touch with all the villages and towns to see if they'd be interested in that. So it's something that we can easily, put out there, especially if it's something online that people can just, watch in their pajamas and stuff.
That's good. I remember us talking about that
Yep.
last year, and
Yep.
so I'm just trying to think of ways with so much development going on.
And when it comes to the ag leases, land leases, I'd say Scott's probably more, knows
Okay.
more than I do.
Thank you.
I have nothing further. Any questions for Laura?
I just wanted to thank you for all your hard work and all the good things you do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Moving on. Brenda Rigby-Reilly, Clerk of the Board, is wanting to appoint two people to the Region 9 Fish and Wildlife Management Board. And I'll ask for a motion on that. Somebody move that for me?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second. Mr. Seer. The representatives are Dwight Fanton as the legislative representative member, and the alternative is Brooke Harris. And I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. Okay. Old business? New business? Good of the order. I'll ask for an adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Seer, second. Mr. Fanton? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.